Hello, my beloved waking gods and goddesses. Welcome to Love, Truth, and Beauty, episode number 204. And this is our 23rd installment of our Love, Truth, and Beauty Quickie Kiss. Keep it simple, sexy, rant. And this rant, dudes, entirely devoted to, yes, I get to share my perspectives with you on recovering from NSP abuse, the Narcissist-Sociopath-Psychopaths, and the abuse, that wake of abuse that they leave behind as we continue on with my answering queries regarding life and existence based on viewer queries as we wrap up season 2 of our offering here on the YouTube. Now, viewer question number 2 is a composite query from Sarah, who lives in the UK, and David, who lives in Spain. These beautiful souls are both recovering from NSP abuse, both having a rough go with all that's recently transpired with their toxic NSP exes, the Narcissist-Sociopath-Psychopaths, who've already, no surprise, they have both moved on to their next marks, their next targets. Okay, Sarah, David, consider yourselves very lucky and blessed to have busted a move, declaring your worth, refusing to remain victimized and stepped on like a doormat by these lowlifes, and leaving the NSP. Well done, great work. So I thought it would be a great idea for me to rant about some of the Narcissist-Sociopath-Psychopathic basics so that you all get a flavor for them and to take note as to whether or not you too have been targeted or marked by one of these assholes. Okay, now bear in mind that for the most part, NSPs are not human and you cannot reason with them. Okay, because why? An NSP would never self-reflect and would never go into therapy unless they had a plan to feign interest into entering therapy with their mark and wield fuckery with their mark and the therapist. Okay, I hear this shit all the time. Actually, I've done couples facilitations and have had one or two NSPs trying to work me as they've worked their partner in front of me, and it's a no-go. Okay, I'm onto your shit. NSPs, my loves, you have to know they are criminals and they are really amazingly good at what they do, which is the art of manipulation. They lack empathy and compassion. Even when they feign empathy and compassion, they are pretending. You're often left with a very unsettling feeling of, what the fuck is going on here? Something is way off, okay? Because, my friends, it is. If it feels way off, trust me, it is way off. All right? Don't question it. They are extremely charismatic and charming and attractive and seductive and will use their charm and looks and sexiness and your desperation for their charm and looks and sexiness to position themselves into your life and into your pants, into your home, into your bedroom, as if they are doing you a favor. Okay? Now, if you are equally attractive, they will use flattery to try to get you to align with their inflated sense of self by labeling your pairing as the sexiest power couple ever. Oh, brother. Yeah. Yep, that. They are manipulative. They will use their charms to make you feel special, working on your emotions so that you drop your guard, okay? And you put trust in them so that they can idealize you, disarm you, devalue you, and eventually discard you for their next target, their next person, okay? Because what happens is that there is this ongoing shit show in their lives where they are not just targeting you, but they're usually targeting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different marks. Oh yeah. They have nothing better to do. They usually don't have any jobs, okay? Or they create this false sense of safety and dependency with them so that they disempower you by doing, say, all the things that you maybe don't like to do. Like maybe you don't like driving, or maybe you don't like to do the shopping, or maybe you want to stay home, okay, and go down in isolation. And that's one of their tactics. They like you in isolation, so pretending to want to spend all of their time with you so that they get you isolated and distance from your friends, your family, perhaps your job, perhaps even your children, etc. Okay, so watch that tactic, all right? And some of them may even talk you into having them or allow them to have carte blanche with your credit cards, your cash, while they take other marks out to dinner or for that spa treatment or for drinks after work. Okay? Yeah. So if it feels off, it is off. Okay, because what they're doing is they're leading you down a pathway of powerlessness and incompetence, which is fanning the flames of self-doubt at even the most basic of self-care and self-living, where they manipulate you that you can't function without them. I have heard this so many times, okay? So they are compulsive liars. They are extremely ambitious. So watch out. You might just be a stepping stone, or you might be a source for them to go through your Rolodex, go through your contacts list, your email list, to troll whoever's on that list, okay? They are transactional. They're gold diggers. They are sweetheart operator gigolos. And yes, they're usually pretty fucking hot. Always looking to better their position with social status, with better food, better clothing, better shelter, preferably your nice house for free, okay? Sex, cars, other material needs, etc. All right? They have multiple aliases, multiple social media profiles, and phones, burner phones especially, often sending those sexy selfies of themselves, not just to you, but to multiple contacts, perhaps some of your friends and family, over different social media platforms. Oh my God, the shit, I shit you not, is pretty unbelievable. I mean, they have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So it really is a numbers game for a lot of these people. They have multiple love triangles and multiple chaotic relationships, multiple moms and dads for their money and for their many offspring, and most of whom they are not even caring for, they don't even know about, they don't care. They will not take responsibility. They blame everyone and the world. They are perpetual victims as well. Woe is me. Oh, I know, I'm a single dad and it's so hard, blah, 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 feel sorry for me, or I'm a single mom, blah, 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 blah. They're sad stories, okay, of being the single mom, single dad, or being passed over for a job promotion, or hard luck stories, often repeated so that they can use your empathy against you to their advantage and get you to want to take care of them, especially if you have one of those mommy daddy complexes where you don't feel well unless you're taking care of other people. Okay, so bear that in mind. These NSPs, they are hypocrites. Now, there's a phase in the downslide of a relationship with them where at one point you were on a pedestal, next thing you know, there's what's called the devaluation phase, where they will start putting you down and criticizing the way you look in the clothes. Now, these are the same clothes, mind you, where they love bomb the fuck out of you with the excessive flattery at the very, very beginning. Okay, now here's some ways they make their moves. They particularly target you if you're single, you live alone, are out in the public domain, social media, YouTube, websites, speaking tours, music tours, etc., Instagram, Facebook, where you're relatively successful in your own business, or you're perhaps overly attractive, doing your thing, owning your home, having your own money, etc. Now, older successful women and older men single, divorced, or recently widowed seem to be particularly trolled and targeted, as are women and men who are fairly attractive either as models or as spokespeople. And on the Instagram, there's just so much of that going on. Dating sites are absolutely a breeding ground for these trolls and for their targeting. Okay, because you use that bottom line of desperately looking for love in all the wrong places. There you go. Birds of a feather flock together. We're twins. That's one of the ways, that's one of the tactics, is this sort of connection. Oh, we like the same thing. We like the same food. We go to the same gym. We go to the same bar. We go to the same stores. We go to the same grocery store. Oh my God. Really? You're against masking? Oh my God. Coffee drinks, bookstores, authors, yoga studios. Wow, we drive the same car. How about that? Oh, we like crystals. We like the same genre of movies and entertainment. Dudes, be careful. Okay, so one of the things that happens, they confide in you immediately, their whole life story, to gain your sympathy. However, beware that often these stories are very well scripted, and they'll get to the end of the story and they have nothing else to offer in a conversation. That will be pretty glaring when that happens, and they often repeat themselves to make sure that you know how much they have tried and they have suffered. Okay, now the excessive flattery with hair, clothes, flirtation, the uber complimentary, the bombing, the love bombing. Oh my God, sexually forward, boundary crossing, like reaching over into your personal space to say, wow, that's a really pretty necklace. All the while they're practically touching your boobs. You know what I'm saying? I've had that happen to me so many times. It's like, what the fuck? Okay. Also, another thing to watch out for: gifts, favors, offers to help you that flatter, disarm your guard, and allow them in your personal space, in your home, as kind and generous folks. Oh my God. And I've had this happen numerous times in my own life with contractors, people working in my house, where, you know, I'm just like practically giving them the key code to my home, right? Yeah, just help yourself. Come in. Like that dumb kind of shit like that. Okay, don't do it. Okay, now, here are the NSPs. When they do this, what they're doing is they're casing out your home. They're studying your things. They're studying your habits. They're gleaning information to try to position themselves in your life as either maybe your savior, your knight in shining armor. Army, sure, why not? Your sexy as fuck Mr. Fix-It. Your damsel in distress, which is what happened with David. This woman was like totally gorgeous, totally helpless, and just kind of acting like a ditz. And Lord have mercy, you know, she ran off with all sorts of stuff. Okay, so they mess with your mind. They mess with your mind, telling you things. Then they deny that they ever told you such a thing, getting you to doubt your sanity. They will actually deny conversations taking place and try to get you to question your reality. This is called gaslighting. Don't fall for it. Okay, don't fall for it. Also, they may offer their life story, and may be completely uninterested, disinterested in your life story, never asking you a thing. Okay, so be careful with that. Or they may be overly interested, or they might know shit about you that you never told them. And you know why? It's because they studied you. Okay, it is crazy making these people, these NSPs, with their gaslighting, manipulating you to get you to doubt your sanity and your reality. So the red flags: zero empathy, indifferent to suffering unless it's theirs, of course. They are charming, but it feels way off. It feels too much. It feels like kind of gross and weird and creepy. Okay, manipulative gaslighter. They can work their little sad stories, and then they can become really scary and vicious all of a sudden with their callousness, cruelty, indifference, They can be dismissive. They have a history of financial instability, job, career instability, or no job at all. Just your local gigolo or just your old local bimbessa. Hi. Cannot complete goals, perpetually in school. That's another one. Pushes to be sexual right away, and it's too soon, too enmesh, too feigned passion. Okay, victim stories with their exes, irresponsible, blaming the world and everybody else, entitled, delusions of grandeur. Also, rules do not apply to the NSP. You know why? Because they're special. They're from royalty. All right. Now, they are users. So they tend to be drawn to folks who are empathetic or have codependency and dysfunctional tendencies. Okay, so watch that. They are pathological liars. They have dead eyes. In other words, you look into their eyes, there is no energy return. Or if there is an energy return, it's a sort of repulsive, I want to suck your blood and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's a little enmeshed. You just kind of feel like, okay, there's a big ick factor. Okay. Now, these are just some of the narcissist-sociopathic-psychopathic indicators. Now, regardless, know this. Loving, supportive relationships exist only outside of the matrix from your awakened state. And if you have any doubts as to whether or not you are in a loving, supportive relationship, I mean, dudes, if you have to ask, you are not in a supportive and loving relationship. Okay, that, my loves, will be obvious if you are in one. If you are in pain, trust that as an indicator that you are in the clutches of codependence and dysfunction, and probably with an NSP, because the growing numbers since social media and the online platform and dating and just people just being fucked up in general and unconscious in the matrix. Do not settle for low-level, low-quality men and women just because they're hot and just because you don't want to be alone or that you're too old or whatever. Do your great work to heal your relationship traumas and patterns. In the matrix, low vibrational relationships are powered through and maintained through fear and abuse, dominance and submission, victim, perpetrator, divide and conquer. Remember that. Okay, it's trickily entangled to be in a toxic and abusive relationship where you feel disempowered and off-center. Ask for help. Now, the bottom line, the moment a red flag comes up, stop. Utilize that red flag, my loves, as a trigger to wake yourself up, see reality, exit the matrix, enter into your awakened awareness attention center. Trust your gut feelings that something is off, because it is, and take space. Get somewhere safe, and if that's not possible, distance yourself in another room from the NSP away. Lock the door if you must. If you feel like you're in danger, have a trusted friend or family member, ally come and get you. Okay? Advocate self-care, advocate boundaries. Okay, my loves, that is my speech. Now, next time we're going to go into the specific journaling exercises to compose a new and up-leveled reality in your respective relationship sectors as we close out season 2 of Love, Truth, and Beauty 2021. Until next time, my loves, here's to love, truth, and beauty. Mwah!